What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers get their fifth W of the season. Let's go, baby. And most importantly, my Rams got the W, which means we go into the playoffs, baby. So, oh man, can we complete the Holy Trinity? And I'm not talking about, I'm sorry, that's blasphemy. I shouldn't say that. I said, can we complete the LA Trinity of Lakers, Dodgers, and then Rams winning a Super Bowl? A man can dream. So let's hope that happens. But back to the Lakers. Lakers won an ugly game, man, and they made sure and flex their talent there at the very end, which is what's going to happen. Hey, what up, Sally? Shout out my sister-in-law. Um, which is what needs to happen. The Lakers need to flex that talent and make sure we get that dub, man. And that's what we did. It was ugly. It wasn't always pretty, but we 5-2. Memphis is a very, very feisty team. Know that. They bothered Anthony Davis all night. I thought Marcus did a sensational job. But y'all see the thumbnail. Besides LeBron's masterful game, Montrezl Harrell was an X factor off the bench along with Wes. I thought both their offense and their defense was sensational. But I was very excited to see what Montrezl did again today, man. Ugly game, but we get that victory. How y'all feeling today, though? Y'all excited? The Rams, baby. We going to the playoffs. How y'all feel? What's up? What's up? Anyways, I wanted to get into the stats real quick. LeBron James, man, another masterful game. 22 points, 8 assists, 13 rebounds, a steal. My goodness, man. We're so blessed to have this man. Anthony Davis with another bad game added to this season was only 17 points. He was really off. He only had 9 rebounds. We expect that in the double digits as well. But he did have 3 blocks. He did a better job of protecting the rim. So credit to him on that. I thought Marcus had a phenomenal game, even though he only had 7 points, 4 assists. But he did have 6 rebounds. And I thought he did a better job of playing defense today as well. But playmaking is his specialty. Kuz started off hot with 11 points. I think they all came in the first quarter. But he was lights out. And then Wesley Matthews joining the party, man, with his 14 off the bench, starting to shoot lights out and playing good defense. Finally, what we paid for, what the Laker Nation thought we were getting from day one, looks like he's finally getting comfortable. Let's not forget Talon Horton-Tucker, 7 off the bench. Were crucial in that little comeback in the second quarter. And 16 for Montrez. My man had I think he was 1 rebound short of a double-double, man. Just a phenomenal beast we got off the bench. But all in all, look, absolutely, yeah. Bron did win us the game. Congratulations. That's what superstars do. I mean, nothing new there. There's days where AD balls out, so that's okay. They're going to take turns, and when they both come on, it's a wrap. Schroeder was off offensively in the first half, but he came on alive a little bit better in the second half. I definitely loved his defense and his effort, though. That's what really mattered. Thanks, OCL. Appreciate you, bro. His effort and defense was phenomenal. And I feel like that's what kind of sparked us to create that separation there at the end of the third quarter. I really like the way that he played there defensively. But look, Memphis did what they had to do. I told you guys it wasn't going to be an easy game, and it sure as heck wasn't. Forget about the scoreboard at the end. They stayed in it for 3/4 of the game, right? It wasn't until LeBron put the pedal to the metal at the end and just put us over the top. I mean, who could stop King James? Can you blame them? Right? I mean, this guy just put his head down. He's a boulder coming at you, athletic boulder, man. That's what he is. He's an athletic boulder, just bouncing all over the place. At his age, I'm just like dumbfounded by how good he is at his age. Just like he still can take over games. He just turned 36. King James is still King James. And so that's so he gotta definitely give the secret, man, to his rejuvenation at his age, because this man looks like he can play well past his 40s and still be useful. Like seriously. But look, there's only one negative that I saw in this game today, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. And I'm not going to sit here and be a negative Nancy. We won. My Rams won as well. I'm super hyped. Don't get me wrong. But I do got to say this. Lakers have to develop better habits defensively and consistently offensively, because we're playing with our food too much. We're allowing teams just to hang around, and then we kick it into high gear. I think Stu Lance and Bill McDonald said it best. If we continue to build those bad habits, they're going to come back and bite us in the butt. And we can't do that. We got to make sure we kick those in the backside early on. That way, when we get later down the stretch, we don't revert to those bad habits. So, yeah, that's what we got to do. Thank you, guys, man. Appreciate y'all. Go Rams, baby. Horns up. He said, Dan, will the NBA have teams in the second half of the season play in the bubble? That is not disclosed yet. As of right now, nobody even knows what the schedule is going to look like. So we're only scheduled to play for one half of a season. And then depending on the pandemic and everything, we'll go from there. But so far, so good. mostly everybody has stayed healthy, so that's good news, and that's a good sign moving forward. He said, DTLF, let's go, baby. What about them Lakers? Boy, he said, shout out to Matthews, excuse me. Today, 14 points, and he went 4 for 6 from three. I'd rather have Matthews on our Lakers being inconsistent than Green with that contract. I agree, and I was saying the same thing earlier this year, brother. Uh, you're right. People were saying, oh, in that case, we'd rather have Danny Green. It's like, no, Danny Green was making 15 mil and is shooting an abysmal 20% from beyond the arc this year. Wesley Matthews got off to a bad start, but I told you guys, since his Portland days, he's been a sniper. So his reputation, his body of work does precede him. And it was only a matter of time before he gets comfortable. Now, I still think he has a ways to go. He was inconsistent. He shot lights out before the new year, and then the first game of the new year, he kind of disappeared again. So we need to see this consistently, and then that adds a whole nother dimension, man. The way he was able to stretch the floor, and he played very good defense, forcing turnovers today, just doing what he does best. I mean, if he plays like this, he's definitely a bargain contract for that 2 point. What was it, 4 mil? We got him for 7 or something like that. But look, at the end of the day, we're not a perfect team. We do have flaws, but we're still a championship contender. Teams are coming out here shooting lights out. Memphis came out here, boom, started knocking down shots left and right. They started just sniping us, right? And so I'm like, dang, every night we're gonna have to adapt to how hot these teams are. And you know what? The Lakers did a good job of that. So don't listen to all the negative Nancy's out there in the Twitter world and all these people that are saying negative stuff about the Lakers, about them not being impressed. Look, a win is a win. And last time I checked, we're 3-0 on the road. Yeah, this isn't particularly necessarily the same road as when the arenas get filled, but it's still the road. Teams still have to travel. Teams still have to gel. I feel like the bubble kind of made us stronger mentally for this type of stuff. So now it's like a piece of cake to go on the road and get these dubs for a championship team like the Lakers. We do improve to 5-2, which is a very good record, especially considering the fact that we're a brand new team with a lot of new pieces. We're still trying to work into the offense and into the defense. So all in all, I'm happy. I'm happy. It's a good Sunday. Rams, Lakers, double win, double KO, and let's see what happens moving forward. My guy, XRP, thank you, brother. He said, not to be critical of LeBron James, but I just wanted him to dunk on someone after all that fumbling in the paint, especially when driving baseline. I mean, that's your preference, bro. It's not really critical. I see what you're saying. I appreciate the donation, my guy. I understand what you're saying, but LeBron James played a phenomenal game. He was, what, 2 rebounds away from, or 2 assists away from a triple-double? Man, at his age, I'm just, like I said, I'm dumbfounded by how he can do this. This man he must, have access to the fountain of youth or something, because the way he plays, he's still playing like a superstar. What is it, year 18, year 17? Oh, my goodness, man. Like, everybody else will be tapping out at this age, and this man continues to elevate his game. So I don't care if he dunks or not. He's putting up triple doubles every other night. Phenomenal. He said, nice jersey, and glad the Rams miraculously got the victory. I'm so hyped for the NFL playoffs. I have a Jared Goff jersey. Let's get it, bro. Oh, imagine the Rams somehow pull off a miracle and win a Super Bowl to go with the Lakers, to go with the Dodgers, and then the Rams. Oh, LA would be king of sports. We already are. But, I mean, we'd really have the crown. We'd be out here shining, man. Oh, that would be insane. He said, every night people gunning for us because they know everyone's watching the Lakers and the haters praying on our downfall watching. That's why we're the best. Exactly, Horace. And to your point, everybody praying on our downfall. You see how peaceful the comment section is? Only love, only Laker fans when we win. But as soon as we lose, oh, here comes Clipper fans. Oh, here comes Houston Rocket fans. Here comes all these little roaches we got to step on. I got the raid ready. The spray is ready, man, for when they show up. But at the end of the day, look here. The haters, because they ain't us, there's no debating we're the greatest, man. 17 championships going for 18. Let these Laker haters continue hating. I'm going to say it. I love the hate. I'm already used to it. Yeah, and the Nets keep losing, which I told people that were jumping on their bandwagon. I was like, take it easy. It's early in the season. I'm not sold on them. Offensively, they look good, but defensively, they got some work to do. I've been saying it, bro. I've been saying it for a long time. And look, I'm not saying they're in trouble. They're obviously going to make the playoffs. Anytime you have KD and Kyrie, as long as you stay healthy, you should make the playoffs. But everybody was sold on that team. And I told you guys, I don't know. I mean, they look good offensively, but we know Kyrie is not a defensive player. KD's capable. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple other good players. Unfortunately, they lost Dinwiddie, which is a concern for them. They might have to get another bench piece there, but the league is looking very lopsided right now. We got teams like the Hawks and the Cavs and the Knicks playing well, and then you got teams like the Knicks. You know, I'm sorry, the Nets not playing so well right now, but it's still early. My guy said, Dan, have you observed that Bron is the one that handles the ball late in close games? That guy. You got to love it, man. I mean, who would you rather have the ball in whose hands than LeBron James? It's like the same thing with Kobe. Kobe used to close games for us. He was the one handling the ball at the end of games. I don't care if we had, Derek Fisher or Smush Parker. Those guys better spot up because Kobe was going to handle the rock. When the best player in the world, is on your team, you give him the rock down the stretch of games. So yes, I mean, who would you? I mean, Dennis could technically handle the ball, but there's no team that nobody doubled LeBron and forced the ball out of his hand. So as long as they don't do that, and I don't know why more teams don't do that, he's going to keep dominating. He did what he had to do. For all the criticism he gets from Skip, all these little commentators that want to hate on LeBron, he always does what he got to do. He makes the high efficient play. When have you said, what a dumb play by LeBron there to end the game? Very rarely have you said that about him. I can think of one situation. That was a little pump fake on Patrick Beverly a year ago when we lost to the Clippers. That was probably like the dumbest play he did that I could remember ever in the fourth quarter. Other than that, he's always making the right pass, attacking the lane. Sometimes he does settle, but most of the time when he does that is when he's tired. But I'm not going to make excuses for LeBron James. He is one of the better closers in our league at the age of 36. I mean, come on, man. Appreciate his greatness, man. You guys are all witnesses. He said Wesley had 3 games of 0 for 2 and 3 and 2 games of 4 for 7 and 6 for 6. Well, what does that tell you, William Scott? He's finding himself. Let's let him find himself. I told you I didn't want to trash him early on. I was a little bit concerned, but I am glad he's starting to find his way out of that shooting slump because this is what we signed up for. This is why I was excited when we got Wesley. I said he's a good veteran who can play defense and knock down threes. And this game he showed it. 2 games ago he showed it. So if he continues to show that for us consistently on a consistent basis, that's another player you can count on. And we already got plenty. You see, any night somebody can go off. We're winning these games. People are talking about they don't have John Morant. We don't have Alex Caruso, our best perimeter defender. We don't have KCP, one of our best shooting perimeter players who could also defend. So we're not even complete, and we're not making excuses. It's next man up. THT played some solid minutes for us tonight, and I thought he was phenomenal outside of maybe one turnover he had. But come on, for a young player, this is crucial. He's getting his playing time. His experience continues to rise. I mean, THC's the real deal. You see his body of work. You see the way he plays. It's fearless. He has like this Jet Li vibe about him. He's fearless, like the movie. So you got to love that, and that bodes well for his confidence moving forward. He said, LOL, Kyrie can't trust himself or KD to take the last shot. I didn't see the game, to be honest with you guys, but the one team that has impressed me the most in the Eastern Conference is the Atlanta Hawks. And I did tell you guys to start the season, watch out for them. And Gallo has been injured, but they added Gallinari. They added that shooting guard from Sacramento. Trae Young, one of my favorite young beasts players. He's clutch and he puts up buckets, man. He's been doing that this season early. And I like John Collins as well. Super athletic guy. Reminds me a little bit of somebody else they used to have there that goes by the name of Josh Smith. So, and they got that 4th overall pick that we traded over in that 3-team deal when we landed Anthony Davis at DeAndre Hunter. He's nice as well. He plays defense and can knock down a 3. He's pretty athletic for his size as well. So they have a lot of talent over there. And that's the team that has impressed me the most so far. And the Cavs as well. I mean, who thought the Cavs would have, what do they have, 4 or 5 wins? Who thought the Cavs would be doing that early on, right? Colin Sexton has been phenomenal for them. Not to mention Darius Garland, who I like coming out of the draft. Matter of fact, before we traded for AD, I said if we keep the pick, I would like Darius Garland. But I kind of figured we weren't going to keep the pick because AD was on the table. So I'm very excited about that. But yeah, and somebody hit me up on Twitter that was like, hey, man, the Lakers should hire you for the scouting department because you're always on point. Not always. I'm not always on point. But for the most part, I do nail it. I told you guys about this Desmond Bain kid. He was in my scouting report video. I did my research on him, and his body of work looks good. I told you he's a solid shooter, athlete, plays solid defense, and he looked good tonight. So, okay, it was Horace. There you go, bro. It was you who said it. So, yeah, props to you for that. But Um, a lot of young talent in this league, if they don't pan out now, they'll pan out later. A lot of people were clowning me because of Josh Jackson. I said he was going to be a good player. Well, I don't think the Suns developed him properly, but let me tell you something. He looks great in Detroit, so I'm cheering for him. I'm a big fan of him since he's with the Jayhawks. My guy, he said, love the jersey, Lakers, Dodgers, Rams. We need the Rams to win for our city. But on a serious note, bro, I think the Lakers need to play a little bit better on defense Tuesday against Memphis. Much love. Exactly, brother. I appreciate you, man, and much love to you as well. Um, yeah, exactly. The Lakers do have to, like I said from game one of the regular season, we need to continue to improve on the defensive end and on the offensive end. We still haven't even reached, we're scratching the surface right now as far as our potential goes. We haven't reached that yet, right? There's still like a whole nother floor and a whole nother ceiling up to go. Like we're like on the third floor right now. We need to get up to that 10th floor before we're in championship form. Now, obviously, right now we're showing shades, but I think, like I said, Stu Lance and Bill McDonald said it best during the live game. They said the Lakers got to be careful with going through the motions, and basically that builds bad habits. They need to hold themselves accountable to play harder for 48 minutes. Montrez, we know, is one of those guys. He plays hard all the time. Even when he has off games, he at least gives his effort. Well, we need everybody to get on the Montrez diet, and we need everybody to start actually getting out here uh, acting like they want it. Because sometimes there's like a quarter or two we take off, we're just going through the motions, right? And so if once we can do that and just keep it in mid to high gear for the majority of the game, we'll actually be blowing these teams out. And then LeBron and AD can get early rest, and then we can see guys like THT for longer spans of time, right? He said, "Yeah, you really do have an eye out for talent. It's crazy. As soon as I seen that guy killing us, I was like, this is the dude Dan in Dan's video. Yeah, bro. Look, let me tell you, I've always loved young talent. That's one thing. I've been watching basketball for 20 plus years, man. And my favorite players have always been young players. Now I do love veterans, don't get me wrong. Like Meta World Peace when he was on the Lakers, Derek Fisher. I love veterans. Love them. I love Dwight last year. I thought JaVale was solid during the regular season. But my favorite players in this league, if you ask me who my favorite players are right now, Trey Young, the young players. The young players are my guys. So um, I feel like they're the future superstars of tomorrow, and it's cool for me to kind of try to predict which ones I think are going to make an impact at the next level. I told you guys about Tyler Horton Tucker when I seen the kid play. I knew nothing about him in college. I'd be capping if I told you guys that I knew about him in college. But when he got to the G League and I saw how confident he was, I said, "Oh, he doesn't belong there. This guy's going to get called up in no time, and then he's going to start producing for the Lakers." Little did I know that he would actually be making an impact for us in the playoffs that one year, because, like I said, I didn't expect much from a rookie. Lakers usually don't play rookies. Thank you, Big Baby. How you doing, bro? Jameson, thank you, boss. He said, I had a great fan day today. Both the Titans and the Lakers won, and both King Henry and King James had amazing games. That's pretty dope, man. That's some duality for you right there. That's pretty dope, bro. And congratulations on that, on your Titans winning as well, man. I'm in a great mood. You see it. You see I'm in a great mood today. And then on top of that, the Cowboys got eliminated. Whoo! Cowboys getting eliminated, man, it's the best. I'm sorry. If there's some Cowboy fans in here, cry. Because we love them tears, man. Y'all be talking the most during the season, and it's a lovely thing that you guys are always wrong. Kind of like Clipper fans. Cowboy fans, Clipper fans. Except Cowboy fans actually have some winning history somewhere in there. But, that's the only difference. He said, Thomas Bryant is developing into a top center in the league, and he can shoot. I told you guys about him as well years ago when we had him in the G League. I said, I like his talent. It reminds me of like a Clint Capella type, but with the shooting form and some sort of a jump shot. Yes, I do like Thomas Bryant. I pick him up daily on my fantasy drafts whenever he plays for the Washington Wizards. Obviously, he's a starting center over there. I love the kid, man. He plays with a lot of heart and passion. That's something you can't teach. And I was a little bit bummed out when we had to cut him. But, it worked out for us and it worked out for him. So I wish him the best. Again, all the young Laker talent, minus Josh Hart, I'm a fan of. As long as you kept it classy, you didn't talk smack about the Lakers when you left, I'm a huge fan, man. I feel like, they were I feel like they were our baby Lakers. Like we raised them, right? And now they're out here eating. I mean, look at Brandon Ingram. Y'all remember those days when people would call him a bust? Now I come out here dropping my hammer and defending him, talking about he's gonna be top 5 talent in the league. Now look at him. He's out here dropping 30 plus points games, winning, putting his team on top. They're above 500 now. It might be their time to make this little playoff run in the season. I said last year they wouldn't make it because of the inexperience. I was right, but I feel like this year they will make it because they've gotten better. They also added Steven Adams, who's a very, very solid big in the paint. They continue to improve, and a young talent, man. Lonzo looks solid on the defensive end. He shut down some of the better guards in the league, so I'm proud of him as well. And they didn't resign him, so I'm not sure if he's a restricted or unrestricted free agent next year. But I love that kid. I would not mind having him back on the Lakers, even if it's off the bench. Fernando, what's up, brother? Um, he said, "Hey Dan, much love from Nicaragua." He said, "What have you heard about Hassan Whiteside to the Lakers?" I haven't heard much about Hassan Whiteside. I know that they're having problems over there. I mean, they've been having chemistry problems since Luke Walton joined because the reality is that he should not be a head coach in the NBA. And recently, matter of fact, Marvin Bagley's father, he pulled the LeVar Ball and he came out here and requested a trade for his son, which I don't understand. And I want to kind of get into that a little bit. Thank you for reminding me. Uh, what's up with these parents speaking up for their children like, as if their children didn't have hair, where, and wearing grown men? It's like, bruh, your kid makes millions of dollars. He has a mouth. And what's worse, we live in a soft era where people could just tweet something out and they don't have to speak it out or even show their face. And you still couldn't tweet out your own damn trade request. Your pops had to go do it. If I was him, if Marvin Bagley wasn't aware, my apologies for ragging on you. But I will say this, man. Marvin Bagley, you're a grown ass man. I would tell my dad, hey, pops, chill out. This is my life. Now I respect you as my dad or whatever, but I'm making these decisions now. If I got something to say, I'm gonna say it myself. I don't know about y'all, but even when I was in high school, my mom, I got in a fight or something. My mom wanted to go to school. I'll tell her, no, Mom, I got this. You're good. I never liked that. You need to be your own grown man, and especially in this era, man. Come on, man. Everything's so easy in this era. If a guy wants to pick up a girl, he don't even need to go to her face. He just basically DMs her. What do they call it? Sliding in your DMs? I feel old talking about this. Back when, in my time, we had to go hit up the girl straight up face to face, get the rejection, or you actually get the shorty right here face to face, which is the best part. Now they slide in DMs, get rejected. Next one, next one, next one. That's what dudes are doing now. It's easy for them. I don't understand why parents still feel the need that they have to go speak out for their children. That's not going to get them traded, right? If anything, that's embarrassing to me. I don't know. I love parents, but I would hate it if my mom spoke out for me, right? If my mom came out here on YouTube and she was like, my son can't come today to the live stream because the Lakers lost and he's embarrassed. Like, imagine that if I wasn't a grown man and I couldn't face my own critics or whatever. Just like, come on, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on the kid. You guys let me know in the comment section. But I just think, Marvin Bagley should request his own trade. He has he has a mouth, two lips, and he could utter his own things. Or he has hands. He could type in his own things, his own profile on Twitter. I don't want to hear from his dad. That to me is that's a no-no. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. As far as Hassan Whiteside, I know they're in turmoil. I know he hasn't played much. They may cut him. That would be a solid addition for the Lakers. We need a rim protector. Potentially, I wouldn't say need. I would say we could use a rim protector, but that's neither here or there. We know Hassan Whiteside is very sloppy, man, and we know that he's a big clown. Like, he thought Hawaii was outside of the United States. Bro was tripping. But we were able to have JaVale play solid for us. He wasn't shacked in a fool, at least during the regular season. So maybe we could do something with Hassan. James Caldwell, thank you, bro. He said, great win. I predict the Lakers will be on a complete tear by February. Just need one more defensive big man. Hope Whiteside gets bought out. There you go. Right on the subject. I appreciate the donation, bro. And we'll see what happens with this kid, Hassan. Again, he's a rim protector for sure, but he also misses a lot of defensive assignments. He gambles too much sometimes. Sometimes he does some really sloppy stuff in the offensive end. It is a risk. It's a mid-risk, high-reward type of pickup, but I would take a flyer on him. Why not? He said Bagley would be a great for the Lakers, good young player who has been developed wrong. I agree with that, but that still doesn't change the fact that was not a good look. It's the same thing with Lonzo. I wasn't happy whenever his dad would say something about the Lakers. It's like, bro, we drafted your son, not your self. So, chill out. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'm too old school. I don't know, man. I just hit my 30s. So, I'm looking at this from a position of, yes, we get it. You love your child. You want the best for him. But there's a time and a place. It almost reminds me of when, like, Aisha Curry went out to Twitter and she was like, "Oh, if the finals are cheating, she got ethered for that." Everybody was like, you know, and so I just feel like, I don't know, like, people, people's family members shouldn't speak for them. Like, if that's how Curry felt and he would have tweeted it out, that would have been more interesting than Aisha, you know, or Curry's mom or the dad or somebody's like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have their own voice for their own life. LeVar could tweet about Big Baller Brand all he wants. But once LeVar starts talking about, oh, that coach over there in Charlotte needs to play my son or else we're going to take him overseas or something, it's like, bruh, come on, man. Let him play. Let him go through the process. Let him get the discipline he needs. Let him earn his spot. If anything, that's going to help him earn respect from his teammates instead of just handing everything to these kids nowadays, right? Nowadays, parents, they don't even like the parent. They just give their kid a tablet and here, take over. The tablet is the new parent. I'm like, oh my goodness. In my day, we had a limit how much TV you could watch, how long you could be outside for. I don't know. It's different. There's no discipline nowadays. I don't like it. He said, hey Dan, is it me or is the league have more talent than ever? A lot of teams have one or two good guys. Does the league have more talent than ever? Now it's definitely you because the league has always had talent. Now there's a lot of talent today, but the league has gone soft. Now everything's about shooting threes and breaking records, getting free throws that you don't deserve. James Harden, Curry, you know. To me, the league has always had tons of talent. It's just the difference is now everybody's teaming up, or it's just these refs are so soft they blow the whistle if you even look at a player dirty. You can't play real defense anymore. It's hard, especially come playoff time. Um, and it's unfortunate because they're watering down the game in order to break NBA records, and that's not cool because the players that came before them earned those records. They were out here getting fouled and won. They're actually earning their fouls. James Harden, he lives at the free throw line. He shouldn't live at the free throw line. He's too skilled for that. That's why I'm not a fan. Players like that, I don't like. I feel like they're gonna break records by default just because the NBA is hampering it. They're allowing him. They're enhancing his ability. I'm sorry, hampering was the wrong word. Enhancing the ability to get to the free throw line. I don't like that. He said that would be crazy if the Rams won the Super Bowl. I'm saying, bro, I can dream, right? I know this doesn't seem very likely. You got other teams that are more potent, but I haven't been watching too much football to be honest with you. But if the Rams could somehow pull it out, if Jared Goff could somehow have like the run of his life, we our secondary solid, like our defense is good. We just need our offense to shine. If we could do that, we'll be good, man. Hey Dan, can you ask where they bought the Lakers championship flag? Where they bought? Who? Me? It was gifted, man. It was gifted. My championship flag was. Oh, you talking about this one right here? That championship flag was also gifted by the homie Mookie, man. So shout out to him for that. You said I really want 2018 Goff to show up in the playoffs. Oh my God! If we get Jared Goff to actually stand in there in the pocket and don't throw the ball away, don't turn it over, oh, we have a shot. But it's a slim shot. It's not like we're one of the favorite teams. We barely made it to the playoffs. But in football, anything can happen. You can go on a crazy run. Where can I buy that? Probably NBA.com. You should check NBA.com. They always have everything as far as Laker championship gear and stuff. But it is limited and it does run out sometimes. So make sure you check that out. If it's not NBA.com, then I'm not sure, bro. I'll see. He said Ingram stared the opponent down and told him this game is over and drained free throws and put it away. Mamba mentality. That's why I've always been a fan of his, man. He's always been a killer. I didn't give me Ingram jersey. This kid is gonna be serious, man. Serious. Like I had this argument with my friend about a year ago when Zion came to the team and Ingram was already averaging 25 points per game. I told him Ingram was gonna be the face of the franchise. He's like, nah, Zion is too box office, this and that. I'm like, bruh, Ingram can do everything an NBA superstar can do, and he's only gonna get better, right? And Zion still got a lot of work to do. As flashy as he is, it ain't all about flash. I mean, look at Blake Griffin. He was the flashiest dude you could ever see when he was in his prime with the flippers. But did he ever really make himself into a household name? Not really. He was just a dunker, really. So Zion got some good ball handle. He knows how to use his strength and finish in the paint, but he has to mix it up with a back to the basket game, a face up game, learn how to get others involved. There's so much that Zion still has to learn and develop. Where Brandon Ingram already came with that naturally. Like Brandon Ingram is a face up star. He can play make. He can attack the rim second to none. He plays solid defense and knows how to use his wingspan. Like, yeah, I'll take Brandon Ingram over Zion right now. And people will call me crazy because people love playing NBA 2K and they think it's real life, but it's not. As good and athletic as Zion Williamson is, Brandon Ingram has already reached star level. Zion still got like star. Zion has star potential dripping and oozing all over him, but he has ways to go. He don't have a consistent jumper, first of all, right? So he got a ways to go. He said, "Why do random players get hot out of the clear blue versus the Lakers? Because everybody wants to prove themselves versus us, man. We've already had Gary Trent Jr. go off, CJ McCollum. We've recently had even Tyus Jones, the rookie, was killing us tonight, and Desmond Bain. Like every night is going to be somebody different, right? Every night is going to be somebody different, and we just have to always be ready because they're going to try to punch us in the mouth early and often. We are the Lakers, biggest target in our back already in the history of sports. Now that we're fresh off of the championship, everybody wants to prove themselves they can play versus the Lakers. They want to somehow, I don't know, they want to overcome. They want to overcome a championship team. It's like an extra notch in your belt. Imagine you're an NBA player and you can come home to your family and say, "We beat the champion Lakers tonight. Yeah, we got potential. We could get there. It's nothing," right? It gets to their head. So they want those bragging rights. And every night they're going to come out here and try to play their hardest. And I told you guys before the season started, this is going to be a crazy year because we just won a championship, and the defending the championships even harder than winning the first one. So I expect this to be a challenge, but we have more than enough talent as we displayed it yet again tonight, and we will rise to the occasion and win on most nights. Now, some nights a game's gonna slip out of our hands, just like the Portland Trailblazer one did. We're gonna have those type of nights, but still, 2 losses, not bad, not bad. We're off to the right foot, right? We have 3 straight victories on the road, so that's good, and we look solid right now. Is that Billie Jean behind me? Yes, it is. It's the OG record, man, Billie Jean. I bought it for my girl for her birthday, and she decided to hang it right there. Bam. She's a big Michael Jackson fan. He said, but Ingram has been way better than Zion. I've been saying that for the longest. I don't know. I have this ability to like look into the future. I'm not psychic or nothing, but I have this ability to like kind of foresee what's going to happen. And from the moment I saw Brandon Ingram, I knew he was special, man. I told you guys on this very channel. I mean, the proof is in the old videos. Go back and watch them. People were critiquing Ingram, calling him a bust because he wasn't putting up huge numbers his rookie season. I think he only averaged like, I don't know, remember if it was 11 or 13, somewhere in between. But I said it's not about that. We have to be patient. These young players, as long as they have the tools, and Brandon Ingram showed plenty of flashes in his rookie season to show us that he was going to be a superstar. So I knew, and it hurt when we traded him. It sure did. That was a bittersweet video. I made it. I even gave them a tribute video for farewell because we're always going to love them. But I knew it was the right trade, and I was happy we got the unibrow. That's why we won the championship. He said, "Are you not concerned about losing Avery, Danny, McGee, or Howard, all defensive players?" Avery, no, because we won a championship without him. Who else did you say? McGee, not really, because he didn't do anything in the playoffs. Dwight is the only one that kind of hurt me a little bit. He was higher on my re-sign priority list, but he made his bed. Now he's got to lie in it. He's got to be over there in Philly pretending to win a championship, right? But it is what it is. Look, he made his decision. It's all love for Dwight, man. We appreciate him for what he did, regardless of whatever Shaq says. And, he had a real impact on this team last year. Now we got to find other pieces to impact this team in a similar way. Maybe not the same, but similar. 12-year-old student, my guy, what's up, little buddy? He said, "Hey, DTLF, new to the channel. I'm not a Lakers fan, but I respect you guys. I'm a Knicks fan. That's a nice jersey. Bless you, man. I know I'm young, but I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the best center in history." There you go, man. I like that. I like young Buck over here, man, doing his research. I like that, bro. Shout out to you, man. Your Knicks are looking solid this year. Still early. Sometimes they get off the gate quick and then boom, 10-game losing streak. So I don't wish that on you. But I'm saying, man, I hope, because the Knicks are my second favorite team. I hope the Knicks, Julius Randle, man, he's finally living up to the hype. I'm loving what he's been doing so far early in the season. Obviously, I've always been a Mitchell Robinson fan since he was drafted. I know he was going to be a beast. I'm a little disappointed with RJ Barrett. What's going on with his shooting? I don't know. He's never really been a shooter since he came out the draft, but maybe that's something he can improve on. Uh, moving forward, you guys have some solid pieces, and I definitely like that kid Alfred Payton. I think he's a keeper. I don't know if you guys have inked him long term, but Alfred Payton looks solid. He's always been solid since he was with Orlando when he had that crazy like Plants vs Zombies hairstyle. Yeah, that was crazy. But um, yeah, man, let's see what happens with the Knicks. Congratulations on so far a good start, and I appreciate the love, little bud. He said, "Yeah, we missed Dwight, but it is what it is. He brought good defense and energy to the players. He was a bully in the paint. He bullied Jokic in that series, and I think that's what really made a difference and trying to like contain him because Jokic is an animal. He's a monster. So the fact that we were able to kind of contain him really was a tribute to Dwight Howard. This year, we're going to need Mark to be crafty. And he's shown little spurts here and there. He has active hands, he uses his body well. That's really why we brought him here. We didn't bring Mark Gasol in here to make an impact every game. We really brought him here for those series when we have to go up against those 7-footers. We don't want to make it easy for them, and we definitely don't want to throw AD on them the whole game, right? So I think that's why we went out and we got Mark. And Mark is somebody who can pass exceptionally well. He had a nice little dime to Dennis, but Dennis blew the layup. Again, not Dennis's best game, but defensively, I like what I saw. Um, and we have plenty of depth. I definitely like what Montrez did against the bigger guy in Valanciunas. He was pesky on him, and he absolutely stopped them from having a huge game. So again, we have plenty of depth, and let's see how the Lakers adapt moving forward. Now, it is going to be interesting to monitor other team situations, see what kind of players they cut. Maybe somebody like Hassan Whiteside would be a good addition, but we'll see. It's still early. I don't expect nobody to get cut this early, and I don't even think we're eligible to sign anybody yet till probably next month. But we'll see. Anyways, guys, it's gonna wrap it up for me. Thank you guys so much for all the comments, the donations, likes, subscriptions, all of that, man. If you guys are just joining the family, welcome aboard. Whether you're a Laker fan or not, we always appreciate your input. I like talking basketball, period. So it doesn't necessarily. This is a Laker channel, but if you ask any questions respectfully, I got you about any of your respective teams. But thank you guys so much for tonight. I do appreciate it. Lakers go out with a dub. Rams go out with a dub. Feeling great, man. I'm gonna go celebrate the rest of the night. Have a great night, Laker Nation. Peace out.